Dear Sam, it was not easy for me to find fitting words for these first lines that I hope you are reading, as well as it was not easy to find out where you were living. I hope that my letter will reach your hands as soon as possible, as there is not much time left. Since your departure, I have contributed all my efforts and endless hours of sleepless nights looking for the truth about our family. I feel that I am already very close to beholding its full face, and I am concerned that I might not have the strength to look at it alone. Therefore I am turning to you, Samuel, for I know that you will hear out my plea. In this envelope, you will find the ancient ring of our heritage. It is very important that you always have it with you. Take extraordinary care of it. Please return to our manor and help me. I know my time is closing in. I can feel it. I am afraid.
After the funeral, we jointly returned to Black Mirror. The journey through the desolate countryside seemed endless. No one spoke a single word. When our glances met, they were full of deep sorrow. It wasn't merely grief, however, that was in our eyes. It was also a certain alienation that Victoria and Robert felt towards me. My unexpected return after more than 12 years gave them the freedom to ask all kinds of unspoken questions.
I am truly sorry about what happened.
Thank you, Hines. I don't know what else I should say. William was everything to me, and now...
You need not say anything, Victoria. Today is a sad day for all of us. I think I will leave you alone now, if you will excuse me.
You don't have to go. You are a good friend to us, as you were to William.
I value your words, but I think I had better go now.
Please be our guest, I beg you.
I would be happy to, if that is your wish. I would like to skim through certain volumes in your library, if you would not mind then.
No, not at all.
Thank you. I will be in the library.
Bates, should Hines need anything, please be of help to him.
Of course. You can rely on that, madam.
Do not want to sound harsh, but I think we should leave you alone.
You are empathic as usual, Robert. I want to be alone with my thoughts for a while.
That is quite understandable. Samuel, would you see me to my study?
Yes, gladly.
Oh, Samuel, please stay. I'd like a word with you.
Certainly. Will you excuse me, Robert? We will talk later.
I will be in my study.
Samuel, tell me, have you returned to stay with us for good?
To tell the truth, I haven't decided yet. Give me some more time, please.
Don't forget, we are still your family. You are a Gordon, and you belong here just like all the other Gordons before you.
Yes, I am well aware of that, but I need to put my thoughts in order. Perhaps then I'll be able to answer your question.
Oh well, I hoped you'd say yes. I'm not feeling well. Please excuse me now, Samuel.
Of course. I will go to my room.
Sir, I took the liberty to clean up your room. I believe you will be satisfied with the results. Here is the key. Your suitcase is already in the room.
Thank you, Bates. Victoria once, maybe I should have promised I would. But I haven't made up my maybe later. Bates has readied my room. I should... The door... This place hasn't changed at all. Welcome home. I only have a few necessities. I'll take the pills in case my head starts to... I'll... There are some coins in it. A collection of old pictures. I don't want to remember that time. Forgive me, Catherine. It's locked. I only had a couple of things and an old camera in it as far as I recall. But where did I keep the key? I'll have a look around the room. It has to be here somewhere. I cannot see there. It's too high. I cannot see. I'll try reaching up there. There is something there. The key to my drawer. I knew it had to be somewhere in the room. I have no need to take... They're too old to be used. My holy Bible. Robert, may I speak with you for a moment?
Of course. We haven't seen each other for such a long time. How many years has it been?
12, maybe more.
A long time indeed.
I have not come to stay. I came only to be here for...
Really? That's a pity. I thought you would stay with us for a few... Maybe you can still change your mind. So, what do you want to talk about?
What do you think about what happened to William?
That is a strange question. What should...
I don't believe it was an accident, let alone suicide.
I am afraid you are jumping to conclusions, Samuel. You don't happen to think it was a murder, do you?
No, but really, who would want to kill themselves in the autumn of their life? William was a very old man.
Look, William was alone in the tower when it happened, and the door was locked from the inside. So a stranger's intervention is impossible.
So why didn't he leave a letter?
That I do not know, and I do not even want to think about it. Trying hard to get my thoughts away from William's death, and I absolutely don't feel like talking about it.
How is it possible that Robert is not at all interested in this? Am I the only one who wants to know the truth of what happened to William? The castle is falling into disrepair. How long can it last?
It has been standing here for hundreds of years. It will outlive us, just as it has outlived our ancestors.
But the old wing is on the verge of falling down.
It was already on the verge of falling apart, yet it still stands.
Why hasn't anyone tried to restore it?
Oh, sure they have. About 100 years ago, Werner Gordon attempted to repair it.
Why are you saying attempted?
Well, he was not the first one who tried it. The new structure never lasted more than a couple of years. The original castle foundations that Marcus and Mordred jointly laid are within those walls. It is as though the old stones do not want to...
Strange. So what has been happening around here since I've been away?
Things are rather odd, but I have no recollection of anything.
Are there any new
No, I do not believe so. In fact, the only person to have moved here is Dr. Herman. We also have a different groom and a different gardener than the ones you knew.
I've been away for 12 years, and all that has happened...
Well, no one is clamoring to live around here. You know that yourself.
Yes, nothing really has changed. It's almost scary. I must...
Right then. I'll return to my work.
William had his study behind those windows. If I want to find out what actually happened, I must get inside somehow. I hoped I'd never have to return here. I'll never forgive myself for Catherine's death, for which I was responsible. It should have been me that ended up in the flames, not her. Just ashes. The canvas has been entirely destroyed by the flames. something is glittering in the ashes. The remnants of a torn-up... But who could have thrown the picture in that fireplace? And the door is locked.
I'm glad you have returned, sir. We have kept your room intact. It's exactly as it was when you left.
Very nice.
If you would like to have it straightened or anything else, just tell me.
That won't be necessary. It happened so suddenly. I didn't have time to write that I was coming.
I would be happy to help you with anything.
Thank you. I'll be fine.
Do you need anything else, sir?
I need the key to the attic. Do you know where I can find it?
It is hanging in the kitchen right next to the cellar door. You cannot possibly miss it. I'm going to need the key later today. Can you please put it back afterwards, sir?
Of course I'll return it.
Thank you.
Are you sure you're all right, Bates? You know, you can take a rest whenever you want.
Thank you, sir. I think I will be fine.
Have a look at this. Do you know this man?
He does not look familiar to me. I am not very good at remembering faces.
I was under the impression that nothing had changed here since I left. So many years have passed, but it seems same scenery, as though time would rather avoid this place.
Sir, a lot has changed in your absence. Nothing is as it was. Believe we are all growing old, and so is everything around us. I've been a servant here since my youth, and I know well how much a man can be changed by this place. During the last few months, things have been getting noticeably worse, day by day. It is as if the bleakness within the old walls of this manor is gradually taking us over.
Maybe you're right. Even I don't feel exactly well within these walls.
Been
memories in me that I've wanted to forget, strange and dark in them, and that dismal silence. I have spoken to Robert. It seems to me he may not be feeling well.
It is probably due to his responsibilities at Ashbury. Lately it seems to really exhaust him. He has recently taken to spending most of his time at work, often not even returning home for the night. He usually arrives in the evening, locks himself in his study, and works late into the night. He won't even let me in.
He may just not want to be disturbed.
Maybe, but he would never do that before.
I'll talk to him.
All right, sir.
I think I will.
I'll return to my work.
Doctor, can I have a word with you?
Yes, all right.
It's William. I know you were his friend, and also his physician.
Yes, that applies to your whole family. So, what is it that troubles you, Gordon? You do realize that this is not the appropriate time to speak about William.
I don't believe it was an accident.
Well, it is strange indeed. Then why would he do it? And those burns?
What burns?
Numerous, deeply burned areas. I have no clue as to their origin.
Go on.
No, Mr. Gordon. Come back tomorrow. I will gladly tell you everything. I really do not want to talk about this today.
All right. Then expect me tomorrow. I will certainly come back. Dr. Herman knows something important. I have to talk to him tomorrow. Have you ever seen this man?
No, I have not. He looks like someone I would remember if I had seen him.
It seems like something's missing here. The Chronicle of the Warmhill Manor. The local parish has been here for a very, very long time. According to the oldest books and records, it has been here for so long that only the walls of our castle may remember its foundation. Marcus Gordon had the church built so long ago that the date has already been lost in the... Therefore, the actual age of the building can only be... Should we hold to the views of respected historians, it was around 1215 AD that the church was built. It is thought that Marcus had the church built on pagan lands where many innocent people died through... There is no corresponding record to this, however. Not one mention in any books or volumes available to me at the manor or the vicarage. Therefore, from a historic standpoint, this is a mere assumption, or worse, one of the many fictitious legends circulating in these lands. One thing, however, is more certain. It was this age that also gave rise to the academy at Black Mirror. As with Warmhill Church, it was Marcus who was responsible for the construction of such a significant building. The new academy, with its vast library, was supposed to serve as a knowledge base for all the people. It was also a safe place for depositing the chronicle of the Gordon family. In this, however, fate was not kind to Marcus. The whole academy burnt to stone long after his death, despite the vigorous effort of the people of the manor, who hurried to the disaster to fight the flames. the academy burned to the ground. When they saw there was no chance to save the building, they tried to save the records from inside. Not everyone was willing to risk their life in lethal heat for the scraps of paper that had... If it hadn't been for a few brave souls, however, we would have never known who Marcus Gordon was, nor some of the history of Black Mirror Manor, as most chronicles were lost to the flames. Garmoor Gordon perished in... There was no one left of the Academy to care for the remaining records and old books. Consequently, the volumes that remained were passed on to the Warm Hill Parish to the safekeeping of Father Matthias. Father Matthias took meticulous care of the historical treasure until his death in 1543. To that holy man, the people of Garmoor Gordon are grateful for the preservation of the chronicle and the old records. Recorded by hand of Jeremy Gordon, 1632 AD. Fresh apples and a few sweets. Almond sweets from Switzerland. I like these better. This is the key to the attic. I'll take it. It's locked. It's... The entrance to the tower is nailed shut. I must get rid of these barrier boards. I can't do this with my bare... I need to...
Sure.
Robert, look at this old picture. Do you know who this might be?
No. Why are you asking?
I found the picture in the old wing, torn to pieces in a fireplace.
Given the fact that someone has torn up the picture, the person in it is probably not anyone important. Forget about it.
I spoke with Bates. Why don't you allow him in?
Did he tell you this? You see, I just don't want anyone to disturb me all the time. I have enough of my own problems and can do without his civility.
What's the matter?
Nothing special. I just happen to have a bit more work than usual these days.
I must go now.
Right then.
My name is Samuel Gordon. You are Morris, the groom, aren't you?
Yes, sir. I know who you are. Bates told me about.
I would like to ask you about some... Morris, look here. Do you know this man?
I wouldn't say so. I've never seen him around here.
Okay. Morris, you are right next to the old wing. Can you see inside the old tower from your room?
What do you mean? I never go there. Who told you that? It was that old drunkard, right?
I was just asking, why are you so upset?
I knew that Flores bastard was spreading gossip about me again. He tells you anything. Don't believe him, sir. Ends to get smashed and talk out of his ass.
Sure, but you've been to the old wing, right?
Yes, but only out of curiosity. I've got no reason to go there. And it's a strange place anyway.
What do you mean?
Well, I haven't exactly got a good feeling about it. I feel like I'm being watched by something older than the centuries within those old, damp walls. And the silence, it makes one feel as if one cannot speak. Frankly, I'm glad I don't have any work to do there.
Morris, how did you get along with William?
Well, like a groom with the horse owner. Okay, I guess. He's only spoken a few sentences to me in all the time that I've been working here. I mean, I saw him very seldom.
I see. What can you tell me about...
What do you want?
Well, I don't know exactly. He's different from when I knew him.
To me, he seems to be the same old standoffish...
He wasn't like that.
That's possible. I've only known him for the couple of years that I've worked here.
So how many years have you been working here?
Almost 5.
I will go then.
All right.
It's used so seldom, it's locked up. I should be able to get rid of the barrier boards on the door to the tower. Red wine from our cellar. How did the bottle get here? I'll ask Morris where he got it. Morris?
Sure.
Morris, I've noticed you have a bottle of wine on your workbench in the stable.
Wine? I sometimes take a sip when it's cold outside, but never during work.
It appears to be our vintage red. Where did you get it?
Well, Sir William gave it to me some time ago.
Really?
Yes, sir.
All right, Morris. I do not believe that William would have given away some of our best wine. Morris must have gotten it some other way. I will go then.
All right.
Its water used to be crystal clear. I'll tell Henry to clean it up. It can't stay this dirty.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. My name is Henry. I take care of the garden. It's not an easy job. I don't have anyone to help me. But you probably wanted to speak about something else. What can I do?
I would just like to ask a few questions. Why doesn't anyone maintain the rear garden?
I don't know, sir. Probably because nobody ever goes there.
And what about the fountain? There used to be fish in it once. I have no problem with the rear garden as such, but I want you to clean the fountain.
But, sir, isn't that rather futile? I mean, it can't even be seen from the front. It's going to be a lot of wasted work.
Either you clean it by tomorrow, or you can start looking for a new job.
As you wish, sir.
Henry, do you recognize the man in this picture? Have you ever seen him?
No, sir. I don't think I have. Who is it? Should I know him?
No. I just wanted to know if you had ever met him.
I'm sorry, sir.
Tell me, Henry.
I didn't really know him, sir. I'd scarcely seen him.
You have worked here every day and you hardly saw him?
Well, you see, Sir William wouldn't go to the garden very often, and I only do what Madame Victoria tells. Bates was the only one allowed in his study. He wouldn't let anyone else in.
Is there anything else you can tell me about him?
I don't really feel like talking about him with you.
Why not?
How would I put it? Everyone reckoned he was a bit of a loony. You know what I mean.
Go on.
I don't really want to talk about it. Please ask someone.
What does that mean? Why would anybody perceive William as...
How long have you been working here, Henry?
About a year, sir.
The garden seems rather deteriorated. Everything used to blossom around here, but now...
I'm trying hard, sir, but I can't get everything done just by my... This garden is really a lot of work, sir.
I will leave you to your work.
The door is locked. It looks like blood. Is this possible, though?
Henry?
Yes?
Henry, I went to the greenhouse and found it locked.
I lock it during the day as well, just to be safe.
To be safe,
I don't want anyone wandering about the place.
do we have strangers walking around here then?
No, sir, that's not the problem. But I've seen Morris around there a couple times, and he's got no business there. The greenhouse and the garden are both my responsibilities. I usually lock it so that I can be sure nothing gets lost. But if you want to have a look inside, sir, I'll open it.
No, I only wanted to know why. What could Morris be looking for in the... Henry, there's blood in the grinder in front of the greenhouse. Where did it come from?
But that's impossible, sir. I only put branches in it. Are you quite sure?
Perhaps you're right. I probably imagined it. I should probably take a rest. Who knows what I've seen? I will leave you to your work. Done. The path is free of obstacles. Damn! The door is locked. I have no idea. I should ask. I know I should leave Victoria alone, but I must ask her about the key to William's study. Victoria, I know you want to be alone, but I must ask you about something that only you can answer.
Maybe it will help to get some fresh thoughts. Memories can become so tiring. During the last few years, I have had plenty of time with my... What is it that you want?
Victoria, I need the key to William's study. I know that you insist that no one go in there, but...
No one is allowed to set foot in there. Why are you talking about that place to me, Samuel? Why are you making me think of it?
I just wanted...
Go away. I need to be alone now.
Of course. Bates?
Yes, sir?
You're not looking well. Why don't...
Thank you, sir. I will be all right. It's just we lived our best years together here.
Indeed. You must have become very good friends over time.
Yes, please, let us not talk about this further. There has been enough sorrow lately.
Bates, I want you to know that you're more of a friend to us than a servant.
Thank you, sir.
Why is the entrance to the old tower blocked?
Madam ordered me to nail the door shut so that she would not have to think about that place ever again. She does not want anyone to enter William's study.
I see. Bates, I said something inappropriate to Victoria. Do you think she will accept...
Certainly, sir. But if I may advise you, sir, Offer your apology as soon as possible.
I think I will.
I'll return to my...
Chocolate sweet. I have. Should apologize. May I speak with you for a while, Victor?
Of course, Sam.
I'd like to apologize for what I said before.
I may have been hasty in my response as well. I had that key destroyed so that no one can ever enter the tower again. Maybe William had another key, I do not know.
Where are his personal belongings?
I do not know. Ask Herman. I do not want to talk about it.
Can you have a look at this picture? Do you know who this...
I've seen that face before. Yes, but not exactly this one.
What do you mean?
He was much younger than this picture, but it was the same person.
So, who is it?
William once brought an orphan here and offered him food and shelter for a couple of days. He lived for a time outside by the stable, a humble, quiet boy.
Do you know what his name?
It was a very long time ago. I cannot remember. He stayed with us for quite some time. But then he completely changed. It was as if he had gone mad. We could not let him stay here after that. They took him to Ashbury.
What happened to him then?
I really do not know. As I said, it was a very long time. Robert might remember. It was he who accepted that boy as a patient.
I spoke with Robert about the old wing. He said its walls were the only remnants of the original castle.
That is true. It is all that survived the burn.
I do not recall anyone that had conquered the castle in the past.
No one conquered it, at least not in the true sense of the word. The castle was half destroyed in a conflict between the first Gordon. Marcus knew he could not rise against his brother's people direct. Therefore, he decided to take him by surprise in the secret chapel deep under the castle. Mordred realized this too late, and the consequences were terrible. But those are merely old legends. Just old.
What happened to Marcus after Mordred died?
He became the lord of the manor and died a long time later. As a tribute to his leadership, they buried him in a secret crypt. Today no one knows where his body rests.
Do any further records of his life still exist?
None that I know of.
That secret chapel you have spoken of, it must be somewhere beneath us.
Nobody has ever found a trace of the entrance, let alone the whole chapel, Samuel. It's merely an old legend from the Chronicle.
Do you need anything, Victoria?
No, thank you, Samuel. Maybe just... No, you needn't worry. I'll ask Bates.
That person who was with us at the funeral.
Dr. Herman, our family, but it would be more accurate to say our family friend.
I had never heard of him.
Well, how could you? He moved here long after you had gone. He's a good man. He was a friend to William and has helped us a good deal. Until William began avoiding people, they were often together. Why are you interested in Heinz?
I don't know him, so I wanted to know who he is. Bates isn't looking well. He's old and very tired. He should take a rest.
I would suggest that to him myself, but I know he does not want to be alone right now. He and William were friends long before I knew him. He has worked here all his life, just like his father before him. He feels comfortable to be with us, I am sure.
I hoped I would not have to return to this place ever again, and even now, I'm not sure.
I did not dare hope you would come. The letters to you were all returned, and no one from the family had seen you in years. As time passed, we assumed you were dead.
I didn't open a single one of them. I wanted to forget it all. Only that morning letter. I had to open that one. Maybe I should have left it unread, like the other ones.
Your words are cold, Samuel.
If it hadn't been for William's death, I would have never returned. I returned because of William only. I don't expect you to understand it. Victoria, why was William hiding away? No one saw him go outside, and he would not let anyone in. Why all the secrecy?
I don't know, Samuel. About half a year ago, he closed himself in that damn tower and spent whole days and nights there. He never told me what he was doing. When I asked, he merely stated that he was looking for the truth and that he would not stop until he found it. It entirely absorbed him, and you know how it ended. I hope that he has found his truth.
Doctor, can I have a word with you?
Yes, all right.
Dr. Herman, Victoria told me you had William's personal belongings.
Yes, that is true.
I would like...
Sure, I can show them to you when you come to the morgue tomorrow. I just do not have any idea what you are expecting.
Well, I must see them today. Can you help me?
Today? Well, all right. Maybe we could do it like this. I will send someone to the main gate with a parcel for you. Will that do?
Perfectly. What time will this person...
I will send him as soon as I get back to the autopsy room. Let us say 7 o'clock?
I'll be waiting in front of the main gate at exactly 7 o'clock. It's very important. I hope the person is reliable.
Do not fear. He will be well paid. Settled?
Thank you, Doctor. At 7, I have to be in front of the gate. A manually drawn map of... The map of our manor. It might come in handy. I'll take it. It's cold in here. I'll tell Bates to light up. Bates.
Yes, sir?
Bates, could you please light up the fireplace? It's quite cold in there.
Oh, pardon this old servant, sir. I had completely forgotten about it. I will be happy to light up your fire. Also, if you need the room cleaned up properly, please say it was abandoned for over 12 years, and one hasty cleanup is
No,
You're welcome, sir.
I think I will...
I'll return. I have lit the fire in your room as you wished.
Thank you, Bates.
I will return to my duties now. If you need something, I will be downstairs.
All right.
Do you need anything?
No. The fireplace is lit. It's warm in here now. An old painting. Catherine would comb her beauty. It's best not remember.
Do you need anything?
This is the place where William took. I won't leave before I find out the truth.
Do you need anything?
I would like to ask you about...
Certainly, sir.
Bates, this might seem strange to you, but I would like to see the exact spot where William died.
Oh, but why, sir?
I have my reasons.
Oh, well. Follow me if you... This is where the awful thing happened. Please, Just do not ask me to describe it to you. I have told the detective everything already, and I would...
No, that's all right, Bates.
Why all of this then, sir?
I can feel something is not right. I just don't know what. Have you found anything unusual around here?
No. We noticed a strange spot under the tower window, right there. No one knows where it came from. If you would allow me, sir, I'd rather go now.
Certainly. I knew Bates wouldn't understand why I was doing this. Something tells me things aren't quite as they seem.
The castle is literally surrounded by bushes. The castle is literally... Something got stuck between the branches. What could it be?
Bates, I would like a word with you.
I'm listening, sir.
I found this at that place you took me to.
You mean where Sir William?
Yes, I'm quite sure it can shed some light on what has happened.
I am not as optimistic as... Maybe you should hand the object over to Detective...
Bates, this thing may help us discover something new.
I know one thing, sir. Sir William is dead, and no one can do anything to change that.
You don't happen to believe that it was a suicide or an accident. I have known William too long to believe that.
Well, I have already offered my opinion on the matter.
You surprised?
I'm sorry. Talk to Henry. He was working on the flower beds that evening. He might know more than I do.
But why would he do that? No, I'm not too sure. I think I will go now.
I'll return.
I put the key back where I found it.
I would like to...
I'm listening.
Look at this stone fragment. Does it mean anything?
No, I wouldn't say. But yes, I have seen something similar on... He was very careful with that thing. Only I don't know what the big deal was.
Whatever it is, it seems incomplete. It looks like a symbol of some sort, or I should put this down somehow. It looks like it looks like...
It should still work. There's no film in it.
Do you need anything?
I would like to... I need film for my camera. Do you know where I can get some?
Well, perhaps down in Willow Creek. But hold on, I think I may have a couple of rolls myself. They should probably still be usable.
Can you give me one?
I would be happy to. But I put them in the attic with some other... It is in my chest. That's the one right round the corner. You'll have no problem.
Thank you.
Sure. Take all the film you need.
I will go.
All right.
I haven't got the... I need...
Sure.
I went to the attic to get that film, but your chest is locked. May I borrow your key?
Locked? Oh, I have entirely forgotten about that. Sorry. Here's the key.
Thank you.
You needn't hurry. I use it so infrequently.
I must go now.
Right then.
Hopefully. I'm out of practice, but I guess the film is installed properly. All I need to do now is have the film developed. But where do I get it developed?
Yes, sir.
The gardener, what is he like?
Henry? A quiet type of person, as long as he's sober, that...
I was unaware of it.
You can bet on it, sir. When he's in the mood, he closes usually, he just sits there. I'd say that is...
Odd indeed. He does not seem...
Well, you can trust me, and you're bound to see for your...
What can you tell me?
Let me see. A piece of hard stone with some symbols. Looks quite old. Other than that, I don't know.
Have you seen anything inside the castle,
No, you see, I seldom go inside.
Can you think of anyone who may know something?
Well, it looks old. Maybe that bloodsucker Murray might know. He buys and sells such stuff, you know. Sometimes he has people coming to him from great distance. God knows where he...
Thanks.
No problem.
I will go.
All right.
May I disturb you for a few minutes? I would like to ask a...
All right.
Here's your key back, Robert.
Oh, Have you found what you...
Yes. Robert, do you know where I can get that
I only know of Murray in Willow Creek. I go to him myself when I need some pictures developed. He has a dark room in his pawn shop. Do you know where it is?
Yes, I remember that shop.
Try him.
I guess I should... Why doesn't Victoria like Morris?
You mean why she can't stand him? Well, maybe because he is so common. Aristocratic prejudice, you know what I mean. I'm not into this nonsense about blue blood myself. Victoria, however...
Morris and Henry don't seem to like each...
They've got some battles going on, but unless they bump into each other too often, they cause... I don't really care about their silly...
Morris says that Henry drinks quite a bit. I don't like that very much, to tell you that...
Neither do I. But there was no one else to take the job. So we have basically... He has not done anything wrong yet, anyway.
Not yet. I must go now.
Right then. I'll return to my work.
Do you need anything?
Have a look at this.
Why are you showing it to me?
Well, I showed it to Bates, and he suggested I speak. Do you know anything about...
Me? I don't see why I should. I've never seen anything like it before.
He also said you had been trimming the shrubs in the area that afternoon.
Yes, that's true. But I have nothing to do with this thing.
Calm down. Just tell me what you know about it. That...
All right, then. But you have to promise you won't tell Madam. I can't afford to lose my job.
Of course.
Well, I don't really know what it is, but I found a similar piece near the...
Do you have it with you?
No. I had to pawn it. I was broke.
Pawn? It doesn't seem to be of any special value.
Well, maybe not the one you're holding in your hand, but there was a beautiful gem.
Where did you pawn?
At old Murray's. Where else?
It's good that you told me while there's still time. Give me your bill of exchange, and I will redeem the object.
But I haven't got it. I don't know where I've put it.
Henry, it's very important. Try to remember.
But you won't forget about your promise. It's going to stay just...
We shall see. Henry, let's return.
I knew you'd ask, but believe me, sir, I really haven't got...
You needed the money, so you conveniently lost the bill of exchange?
Well, yes, I needed the money. I really didn't intend to redeem that thing. Somebody might be interested in where I found the thing, and I could lose my job.
You're going to lose it for sure, if you...
But I haven't got... You really promised this would stay between us.
Henry, you need to realize that this is very important. You had better get that bill for me.
I'd give it to you right away, if I could.
All right. I don't believe a word. I will leave you to your work. I'm glad to see this place again. William often took me here when I was just a little boy. Oh well, it's such a long time, but my many years have I actually... Hi, what's your name?
I won't tell you that. I must not talk to strangers, and Mum has...
So, will you tell me your name if I tell you mine?
No, I don't know you. Have you got maybe some chocolate?
Would you like some sweets?
Sure, that would be great.
I don't really know. My name is Sam. Will you tell me your name too?
Well, why not then? I'm Vic.
Do you know of anything interesting going on around here? I haven't been in this place in a very long time.
Probably not. Nothing much happens here. This village is terribly boring, you know.
I see.
Can I go play again?
Of course. Watch out for the windows.
Yeah,
Vic, have you ever seen the man in this picture?
No, I guess I would have surely remembered that one. He looks pretty stupid. Why are you looking? Are you related?
You had better watch your mouth.
Come on, that was just a joke.
Hello.
Hello.
I saw a fisherman on the shore on my way here. Do you know him?
Oh, Jim? Of course I know him.
Is he always sitting there, fishing? He appears to have been sitting there the whole day.
Yeah, he's the most patient person I've ever known. He spends hours on that pier just sitting. I wouldn't last a single hour, you know.
Tell me, is anything interesting going on in the village?
Here? No. In fact, I don't remember anything interesting ever happened. In Willow Creek, nothing ever changes.
How long have you been sitting here?
A few hours, I guess. Why do you want to know?
That's my way of saying hello, I guess.
Oh, okay. I've got nothing to do today. Why don't you take a chair?
No, thank you. Maybe some other time. Good morning.
Hello.
I haven't been here in a long time. What can you tell me about the manor?
Well, I'm not sure where to begin, but really, there isn't much in the way of news. Hold on. You seem familiar to me. Haven't we met at the winter feasts?
No, I don't think so.
But I do know you. See, I'm pretty good with faces. What about last month during the vintage? Is that it?
Listen,
Yeah, I know. You probably owe me something and aren't comfortable with my...
I owe you nothing, Harry.
Did you say Harry?
Don't let him annoy you, sir. He's been trying that on strangers for as long as I remember.
Is there a problem with the fact that I want me money back?
There wouldn't be any if you weren't making those debts up.
Bah! Indeed. You're the right one to say that. Should I show you your last month's bill?
Right. I was just advocating this young fellow here, because he's a stranger and he doesn't know those tricks of yours.
Okay, I've had enough. One more word and you're not getting a pint of water on credit. Or, I'll pour you nothing until you pay off the whole debt.
Come on, Harry. Don't be a cheapskate.
Listen, if you let me finish, I'll tell you who I am.
Sounds great. I'm listening.
I am Samuel Gordon, the son of Randall Gordon.
Why didn't you say so right away?
Well, I tried to, but you wouldn't actually let me speak.
Okay, well, that gives things a nice twist. So, what can I get you? Today, we have smoked venison on the menu, along with a good...
No, thanks. Maybe later. I'd like to ask a couple of questions, though.
Oh, sure.
Harry, until what time are you open?
Well, that depends, but usually late into the night. You see, I don't sleep much when I'm not doing something.
But not many folks show up so late.
I usually play cards with Tom here, or I play chess with myself.
Oh, you play chess?
I'd say I've learned to play well during all those long nights.
Let's play together sometime then.
Sure.
I remember William bringing me here.
Yup, so do I. He was a serious poker player, you know. Incredibly lucky with the cards. He would totally clear us out. But yeah, he was a nice bloke. That's a real shame he stopped coming here. Who knows? We were all on good terms. But the last 6 months, he didn't show up once.
Well, it's a bit of a distance, and at his age.
Nah, I wouldn't say that was the reason. William was always a tough old gent. I'll tell you something, though. They say he wouldn't even come out of the castle, and instead locked himself away in the old tower to study some old volume.
Where did you hear that?
Well, I told you. I hear things from time to time.
What else have you heard?
Nothing. But maybe Mark knows something. He used to help out in the manor garden.
Where can I find him?
He would normally be here by now, so he's probably not going to turn up today.
Never mind. I'll ask him some other time. As if William was hiding something. I have to know more about the last months of his... Harry, what's new in the village?
Things happen, but there isn't much news.
How should I understand?
Well, I hear a lot of gossip, but nothing worth mentioning. You see, we all know one another here, so nothing's too interesting.
Maybe. That's going to change now.
Yeah, I'll let you know when it does.
What do you...
I'd just like to...
All right.
How long have you owed Harry money?
That's my business, not yours. Or do you want to pay up for...
Should I?
Well, I overheard your conversation about old Sue.
Do you know anything that might be interesting?
Maybe I do. My memory is fogging up. It's probably the thirst, you know.
Oh, I know where he's coming from. I'll pay off his debt.
Changed your mind about the dinner? My Mary makes some wonderful meals.
I believe you. I would like to ask a couple of...
Okay.
Will you change your mind about that debt of Tom's? It's partly my fault, you know.
They say he who doesn't pay should not drink.
Well, there is some truth to that. I have decided to pay off Tom's...
But why would you want to do that, Mr. Gordon?
I just want to. Could you sum it up?
Okay, well, at £17.
All right. Here.
Well, I've no idea what Tom might have promised you, but You better not believe him.
That's none of your... So what is his bill like now?
All clear.
Good.
Oh, it's you again?
I have done what you have asked. Now it's your turn.
Right, I heard you. I guess you have done me a good turn.
So what do you know about William?
I'll tell you what I've heard. Nothing more, nothing less.
I'm listening.
People have said that from time to time, Sir William would go to the vicarage at...
That's all? What's so strange about him going to
Nothing much, I'd guess, if it hadn't been late after midnight.
Oh, that is strange indeed.
Just ask the gravedigger, or the vicar. They both saw him. But don't mention me if you decide to go see him. They needn't know that I told you anything.
Oh. So, how's it going?
All right, why don't you take it?
I'm a little short on time.
Never mind,
I need to speak with Mark. You probably know each other.
Yeah, we've known each other for years.
Do you know where I would like to go see him?
Mark only works when he must. He hasn't got a permanent job. But try old Murray. Or Herman. He does something for both of them.
The door is locked. There is a sign that reads, "I'll be right back." But who knows if it hasn't been hanging here for a week already. The lids are firmly shut. These are certainly still full of... Vic, have you seen Murray today? His shop is...
Why should I care?
Why? Is there a problem?
Well, that old man doesn't like me, or rather around those glass cases.
I may have...
Oh, I do remember seeing him leave this morning.
Do you have an idea?
Judging by how he sharpened himself up. So he's probably not going to return before... Oops!
What was that? What's this here? A ball? Vic! I know it was you, and I know you can hear me. Just you wait till I catch you. I'll beat you within an inch of your life. Ah, damn. Now I'll have to...
I suspect Vic is... Good afternoon. Have you time for a little talk?
I never hurry anywhere, unlike everyone else.
I'm interested in learning about the parish and this cemetery.
Maybe. I've been helping Father Frederick for many years now. I know the names on all the... What do you want to know?
May I have a look inside the church?
You have to wait for Father Frederick. The church is going to stay...
But you can open it.
It doesn't matter. It's going to stay locked, as Father Frederick ordered.
Tell me, what is your...
Mine? No one calls me anything other than Gravedigger, Father Frederick. And I don't mind if you have questions about it. And you are a Gordon, right?
Yes.
So you're the grandson?
Yes.
I saw you at the...
Of course. Did you know William?
No, not personally. I would see him from time to time, though.
How often?
Not that often, but when he did show up, he was as if he knew he didn't have much time.
Did he ever speak with you?
No, I told you, I did not know it.
But he would speak with Father Frederick.
You will have to ask Father that.
I will. I've heard that you sometimes saw William come to the vicarage late at night. Is that true?
Who told you that?
That's not important. So is it true?
I don't care to talk about it. I don't want to look for problems.
Whatever you tell me will stay.
It's not like I think I can trust you, but since you're a Gordon, I'll tell you what. Everyone who knew old Sir William thought he was a bit of a madman, and later, when he refused to see anyone, I'm telling you this so that you know I'm not making up what I'm going to tell you.
Go on.
I first saw him here some 6 months ago. I was sitting in my cabin, about to go to... I saw a light. In the 20 years that I've been working here, no one has ever come here this late. I saw a figure concealed in a dark coat walking among the graves. He was looking for something, his head down to the ground.
Was it William?
At that moment I had no idea who it was. He spent some 20 minutes there, going round, mumbling something.
What was he saying?
Well, I observed him from a distance. It wasn't audible.
So what happened?
The church door opened, and he made for it right away. I cautiously followed him. Father Frederick was standing in the doorway. It was only then I realized it was Sir William, because I was close enough to recognize. He and the father had a long conversation then, and Sir William was waving his hands vigorously about during most of it. They finally went inside, and that is all I saw.
Do you know anything more?
I never stick my nose in other people's business.
Thanks for telling me this.
I only told you because you're Sir William's grandson. Now leave me alone.
Why was William meeting with Father Frederick in the middle of the... You said you have known Father Frederick for many years. What can you tell me about...
Father Frederick is the best man. He took me in when I was orphaned and raised me as his son. For that I will be grateful to him for the rest of my life. And I will... But if you want to talk to him, you will have to wait until he returns from the neighboring manor.
I see. Tell me, how old is this parish?
No one knows how old exactly, but this cemetery and church are much older than anything in the neighborhood. A long time ago, they used to bury heretics here. They say there's a system of corridors under the cemetery where the souls of the innocent wander looking for a... You know, I've seen quite a lot all these years here, but...
For instance?
Well, it was a long time ago, but some years back I heard something like the voice of a... At first I thought it was just an illusion, but then I could no longer contain... I followed the sound of the voice, but the closer I got, the less...
Maybe it was just a child playing nearby.
2 hours after... I don't think so. Plus, look around. There are graves far and wide. But that's past now. I have no idea what it was, and I do not want... I don't even know why I'm telling you.
Have you heard the voice again, or anything similar?
I've already told you enough. Don't tell anyone about this. I don't want to look like an old fool.
One of the crypts of our family. I don't even know who's... The tomb of Jeremy Gordon. William will rest in this cold grave forever. I'll find out the whole truth, even if I go through hell for it. May I disturb you?
Not for long, I've got a lot.
Has Father Frederick returned yet?
No, he hasn't. It's a long journey from Windshire. He won't be back until
tomorrow.
You'd like to go inside the church. Now go. I have to finish this before dusk.
It's 7 o'clock. I should return to the main gate. If Herman is true to his word, his man will be waiting. You must be Dr. Herman's man,
I'm not Herman's man. You're Samuel Gordon. I've got something
Yes.
Yeah, why not? I don't care who you are anyway. I was supposed to give this package to whoever came to this gate. That's when my job is over. Take it so I can go.
Hold on a minute. Are you Mark?
Yeah, that's me. Why?
Harry said you had worked in our garden.
A couple of times. So what?
I'd like to ask you about William Gordon. What can you tell me about him?
Nothing. I barely knew him. I just worked in the garden. I'm in a hurry. Do you want anything else?
No, thanks.
Good.
Bye. I hope I'll find what I'm looking for. There's only a watch and a few trinkets in it. I'll open it. William made a remark of some... To my forgetful head. The path to the key begins in the library, on my work table, hidden away under the blue curtain of unwritten words. William's work table. There's a button under the inkwell. I'll try to press. There's a box of some sort. Miniatures of the planets of the solar system. That's it. That must be William's key. I left William's key on the other side of the door. The lock must have gotten stuck. The lid won't move. As though I've heard that melody somewhere before. This title makes no sense. I'll have a closer look. A book has been glued to the bottom side of the The Diary of William Gordon. William's diary. Excellent. Hopefully I'll finally learn what happened that night. March 21st. I'm old.
I'm old. I know my time is drawing in, and that is why I want to put some sense into my life before I leave this world. I have contributed my last years to looking for the truth about my family, and maybe it is also because of the guilt that I bear in my heart for the fate of my dear James. The fate that I didn't have the courage to change. After all the years spent with the old journals, I know at last what the goal of my search is. I must not lose time. March 23rd. In the chronicle of the manor and the old records in the library, I have learned things that were forgotten and much that is new. I learned that James is not the only one to have lost full control of his mind. Throughout the centuries, Several of my blood ancestors have suffered from the same affliction that now curses James. It seems as though it is all somehow correlated, has a perverse purpose of some kind. I traced the family line and learned that every one of those poor souls had been born in the same week, repeating with a period of 2 centuries. Is the madness supposed to be punishment of some sort? A punishment for deeds so horrible that we have not been pardoned, even after 700 years? I am terrified by this idea. It follows me now, day and night. April 5th, I feel something is not right with me. I am weaker from day to day. My age has caught up with me at last. As the chronicle foretells, the way to revealing the truth is through 5 symbolic keys. I don't exactly know what their purpose is, but if they can lead me to the truth, I have decided to pursue first the ones that have been carried over time. Centuries ago, the keys were given to different men of our family for safekeeping, so that they couldn't be used together. Luckily, I still have my own with me, and obtaining James's key should not... If only I had known before what I know today, I would not have given it to him. The next one must be in the hands of Marcus himself, according to the records. The 4th one was given to Durham Gordon, the original owner of the remote manor in Wales. I must set off for Wales soon. I still do not know where the 5th key is. Its origin eludes me in the many years of when I obtained the other ones. I must find this last one too. April 15th. I have returned from Wales. My searching was futile. It was not easy to get into the family tomb. Unfortunately, I failed to reveal the next fragment of truth, and returned home empty-handed. Not all hope is lost, however. I will focus on the keys that James and Marcus possess. It should not be hard to obtain them. April 21st. I cannot change what has happened in the past of my ancestors, but I hope I can influence the events of the future. The curse that has plagued our family must be of dateless origin. It must stretch into times as distant as those of Marcus and Mordred. I have decided to start looking for answers at the place where the body of Marcus rests. I know that the tomb is concealed in the dark underground of the parish. Its entrance has long been lost in forgetfulness. No one knows where to begin to look for it. I will set off for the vicarage tonight, April 26th. Whatever it is that is buried underneath Worm Hill, it is not easily within reach. It took me several days before I discovered an extraordinary pedestal with numerous tiny and meticulously shaped stones in the whole pedestal is a complex mechanical lock. Surely it will open the way to the church's underground for me. I tried to change the positions of the opposite stones, but it was beyond my will to fully concentrate. I was too tired to attempt to set up the mechanism properly. Before I left for home, I made a drawing of the whole mechanism and returned the stones to their original configuration. Tomorrow I will go to Worm Hill as early as possible. April, luck was on my side today. I opened the way leading to the tomb of Marcus. Surely, I'm the first one in centuries to have succeeded. How great was my surprise when there was not a trace of Marcus's grave. His body must be hidden somewhere. I hope that the answer lies in the 4 books surrounding the center of the tomb. Shall wisdom be your way? Writes an old text carved in stone. Even after his death, wisdom protects Marcus as it has in his life. I am almost positive that despite the darkness, I tried to write down the text from the books, but it was easier to memorize it. I also found it extraordinary, in all probability, a ceremonial object in the shape of a... When I touched it, it was as though whole long centuries breathed on me. An odd feeling. May 7th. I am afraid of this night. I have not slept for 2 days now, and I hear voices. Yes, human voices. There are dozens of them. Their whispering is melting my ears into a sea of horrifying noise. What's happening with me? Am I mad too? No, I repudiate that, now that I am so close to the truth.
There's a small key. The pages have been cropped so as to hide it. I'll take it. Nothing. It's cold to the touch. I'll try to push the latch open. Success! I don't think I can find anything more in here. I'm feeling so strange. My head.
Sir, you're awake at last. We were starting to worry that something might have happened to you.
What happened to you, Samuel?
I don't know. All of a sudden, my head started to ache vigorously. How did I make it to my room?
Bates found you lying unconscious in the attic.
Yes, I was going to tidy up there when I saw you lying on the floor. I hurried to get Sir Robert, and then we carried you to your bed so that you could have a rest.
I told you, Samuel, that you should take a rest after such a long journey.
Perhaps you are right. I have no idea what happened. I vaguely remember having a strange dream, but I cannot figure out what it means.
Important thing is that you're all right.
Yes, that's true.
It would be best for you to sleep for a while.
This time, I will follow your advice, Robert.
Good. If it gets worse, come see me.
Thank you. Hopefully I will be all right now.
Come, Bates. We shall leave Samuel to his rest.
Yes, sir.
Robert is right. I should take a rest. Tomorrow, I'll find out more than today.